Greetings to all my friends out there on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video is being seen and shared. It's SaleenDriver once again, or if you know me by my first name, Dane, it's me again. This will be the last video in this rant series of pro sports and college sports team names and how they are offensive to the woke. You know who the woke are. These are these people running around screaming about just about everything that offends them, whether it's automobiles because they pollute, or bottled water for the use of plastics, or fast food because it's tasty and we can't have tasty food, or team names because they offend them, even though most of the people around them aren't offended because they see them as just a team name. It doesn't mean anything. Sort of like the same attitude where they're offended by statues of long dead people, and they're triggered by the sight of steel and stone, and they have to destroy them. They have to destroy literally everything because they can't handle it. And it is in this spirit that I presented all these other videos, and I present my final one, which is the overview of the teams of the best college football conference in the world, the Southeastern Conference, or the SEC. They are by far the toughest conference, top to bottom, with the exception of two teams. They are the superior football conference in terms of wins and championships and all the things that count in college football. But that doesn't mean that they escape having team names that will trigger the woke. Now, the SEC is split into two divisions, I should say, the Eastern Division and the Western Division. I'll go over the Western Division first. The Alabama Crimson Tide. There is an obvious joke there, but I'm not going to say it. Those of you who can figure it out, have a chuckle on with my blessing. Those of you who can't figure it out, I'm not going to explain it. I really don't want to get this video canceled out within the first 3 minutes of its presentation. But other than that obvious joke, I cannot see any reason that the team name is offensive. I really can't. Now, there is a problem with their mascot, which is an elephant. You are using an animal, the imagery of an animal, for profit, so that's a problem. But the team name itself can stay. But you might want to dump the elephant, or else you'll offend the animal rights and the woke. The Arkansas, I'm sorry, I'm really not trying to trash talk here. The Arkansas Razorbacks. Well, they suck. They're one of the two teams that really lets down the Southeastern Conference. Vanderbilt being the other one. Quite frankly, you're offensive to people who like good college football because you're not good. And you're not going to be good in 2020 because you decided to bring in Felipe Lepew, otherwise known as Felipe Franks, who is a horrible quarterback. And Florida is glad to be rid of him. Glad you recovered, Felipe. Glad you were able to make a recovery from a horrible injury that I did not and nobody wished upon you. But we're glad you're not at Florida anymore. Bye. Enjoy being run over by every other team in the SEC that you play against because your offensive line can't block for you. Anyway, the name Razorback is also going to be offensive to the animal rights people, using animal imagery for profit. And Razorbacks are actually a very aggressive form of pig. We can't have aggression in the age of woke, where toxic masculinity must be removed from all aspects of human society. No matter how much that destroys our society, you have to get rid of it. So, can't have that team name anymore because it's too aggressive. Auburn Tigers, the barn. Well, Auburn, your Tiger name is, and this is going to go for also the LSU Tigers, the Bayou Bengals. Both Auburn and LSU using the team name Tigers. You're both using a name of an aggressor cat species. Can't have aggression anymore. You're both using animal names for profit. Can't have that anymore. You're abusing the environmentalist wackos. I'm sorry. Well, you're probably abusing them too, but the animal rights people are going to be offended. And Auburn, you're also using a war eagle. War, you can't have war. That's aggressive. And you're using a bird, the image of a bird. And God knows what you're doing to that bird that's making it, how you train that bird to actually fly in and swoop down and land on the field every time without flying away free. So you're obviously doing something to exploit that bird. So stop it. Ole Miss Rebels. Do I really have to spell that one out? Rebels. Rebels? Really? Imagery of the South? Imagery of the Confederacy? Oh, the horror. Whatever. You guys figure it out. Ole Miss is going to have to change that. The woke, believe me, look at me, all serious right now. The woke are going to come for your asses. Trust me. The name Rebel will not be allowed to stand much longer. If they can make, and Washington Redskins just changed their team name. If they can make Washington Redskins change their name, they can make you guys change your name. So Ole Miss Rebels, you're done. You're going to have to change that name. I'm not kidding. This is not a troll. They're not going to let any imagery of the Confederacy stand. Ever. So get on it. You're going to have to make some plans. Mississippi State Bulldogs. Well, Bulldogs on occasion can be aggressive. Mostly they just lie there like a beer keg with 4 legs and snort a lot because they can't breathe very well. They have going. They have that underbite thing going. But you're using a dog, so it's a somewhat aggressive animal, so you're going to have the aggression issue. And, of course, you're using an animal for the imagery of an animal for profit, and that offends the animal rights people. And finally, in the Western Division, we have the Texas A&M Aggies. Well, never mind the fact that they've hired an absolute garbage human being as head coach, which is offensive to me because I think Jimbo Fisher is a piece of trash. The A&M Aggies refers to an agricultural college. Agricultural. Your mascot is a dog. It's rather an attractive dog. Nice dog. And that's going to trigger the animal rights people, because you're using the dog as a mascot. It's not the team name. Aggies is the team name. So that really isn't offensive, but you're going to have to get rid of the dog. Moving to the Eastern Conference Division. Jesus, I'm really doing bad today. Eastern Division of the SEC. I'm going to go in reverse order on this one. Vanderbilt Commodores. Well, in addition to being offensive because of the style of football you play, which is crap, Commodores are members of the military. The military is going to trigger the anti-war people, the peaceniks. You're going to trigger all the lefties who hate the images of war. And there's a lot of them. So you're going to have to fix that. I don't know what. Tennessee Volunteers. Shout out to my good friend the Big Vol Daddy, Keith, has a YouTube channel dedicated to college football, mostly to the Tennessee Volunteers. Good friend of mine. Yes, you are a friend of mine, BVD, even though you say I'm not a friend of yours. Even though we know you're a friend of mine. I'm a friend of yours. But shout out to BVD. Volunteers. How can anyone be offended by the team volunteer? Now, they do use a dog as well as a mascot, Old Smoky. And that's going to trigger the animal rights people. And they have that song that they play all the damn time. Rocky Top. I hated that song before I even knew it was associated with the Tennessee Volunteers. I hate Rocky Top. Everyone else in the SEC hates Rocky Top. People who like good music hate Rocky Top. So stop it. For the love of God and all that is good and decent in the world, stop playing Rocky Top. It's killing us. Moving on before I start that blood shoot out of my eyes. South Carolina Gamecocks. In addition to the jokes writing themselves on this one, go figure it out on your own. I believe Gamecocks are an aggressive chicken. And chickens can be aggressive. Well, I've seen video of aggressive chickens. I don't think I'd want to be locked into a room with a chicken that was running around trying to be all aggressive. I think they'd probably draw blood. So aggression, can't have aggression. And again, using the imagery of an animal for profit triggers the animal rights people. We can't have that. Missouri Tigers, same as the Auburn Tigers, same as the LSU Tigers. And the Kentucky Wildcats, same problem as the other guys. You're using an aggressive cat, can't have aggression, can't use animals, the image of animals for profit triggers the animal rights people. So Missouri and Kentucky, you're going to have to change your team names. The Georgia Bulldogs. Shout out to my good friend Uncle Lou and the Uncle Lou on YouTube channel. Uncle Lou is also a good friend. Great guy. When he's not trash talking, is a fountain of college football knowledge and is also very funny. Fortunately, he hates South Carolina more than he hates my Gators. So that's the only saving grace there. Most of his white-hot anger towards other college football teams in the SEC is focused mostly on South Carolina. But shout out to Lou. He's been a great influence on my channel. He's sent a lot of people my way who are subscribers. Shout out to all you guys. And the Georgia Bulldogs, again, like the Mississippi State Bulldogs can, if they are of a mind to be an aggressive dog, even though most of the time they're just laying there on their sides looking like a beer keg with legs and snoring a lot. If you rile them up, they will get aggressive, and we can't have aggression. And, of course, using the imagery of an animal offends the animal rights people. And the last team in the SEC, and I saved the very best for last, are my Florida Gators. I am a proud member of Gator Nation. I have been since the mid-'70s. I love the Florida Gators. I bleed orange and blue. I am loath to say anything negative about them unless it's obvious, like the existence of Felipe Franks, or before him, Jeff Driscoll, or Trayon Harris, or Doug Johnson, or Del Rio, or Appleby, or any of the other myriad of suckhole quarterbacks that we've had in our time, and the problems we've had with the team, and with two really, 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 really bad coaches. I can point all that out, and I'm not reluctant to do so, but I am reluctant to go after my beloved Gators on the team name and mascot. But in the interest of fairness, Gators, it's a very aggressive reptile. They run fast. I've even seen video of them climbing fences. And they swim pretty fast too. And they're like the full 1/3 of their body seems to be made out of teeth. But on the other hand, gator tail is delicious. Fry it up in like cornmeal. Oh, delicious. However, it's an aggressive reptile, and that can't have aggression in the age of woke. The pajama boys and the soy boys and their girlfriends and their counterparts on the female side, I don't know what they're called exactly, but soy girls, whatever, I don't know. They're going to be triggered by the aggressiveness of reptiles, alligators. And of course, you're using the image of a animal for profit, and that's going to trigger the animal rights people. So, sorry, my beloved Florida Gators. If you want to exist in the age of woke, you're going to have to change the team name, although I hope you don't. I hope you're the one school that stands up loud and proud and says, no, we will not change our traditions simply because a bunch of pasty soy boys and beta males and crazy girls with crazy hair who don't know which bathroom to use say so. But that's for others to decide, not me. So that concludes this video on the SEC, and that concludes the series on all the sports team names and how I'd say of all the videos I've made, I'd say well over 95% of these team names will trigger woke people in some form or fashion. We're going to have to change them all. And practically every team name that I've named off in all these videos is going to have to change. And that's really going to be sad, and it's going to be expensive. And hopefully it isn't going to happen because you people are idiots. Grow the F up. Anyway, my rant is over. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you laughed, because this was all meant to be taken as humor. It was not meant to be taken to offend anyone, although I'm sure it did. It was not meant that way, but I'm not responsible for your feelings and your triggers. That's on you, not me. I speak because I have First Amendment right to. If you're triggered by my speech, that's on you. That's not on me. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. I'm sure this video, the mere presence of the Florida Gators in it, is going to get a lot of comments, questions, and suggestions down below. But bring them on. I read them all. I respond to them all. But if you're going to be really, really stupid or really, really nasty, I'll just delete the post. And I'll block you. If you're new here, welcome, of course. Don't forget to click click the thumbs up on the way out too. But don't forget to click the subscribe button. And when you do that, click the bell icon next to it so that when I upload new video, you are alerted to that. I thank you for stopping by. I thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed all of them. I'm going to do other rant videos, but they're not going to be on this subject. They'll be more along the lines of things that tick me off and that kind of thing. Or, I'll move on to other subjects too, because even though this is primarily a watch channel, I like to diversify a little bit, do some other types of videos just to keep it mixed up a little bit. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.